This podcast was produced by OAR FM Dunedin with support from New Zealand On Air.
Hi, welcome to Diversity Dispatch, your local queer and rainbow podcast. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
So today I'm joined by the marvelous, the amazing, the incredible Anne Archie.
Hello, everybody. I'm happy to be back.
Welcome back. And you're with me now.
Whoa.
No longer Ricky.
Oh my god, we killed her.
I murdered her, specifically me. You helped me hide the body.
That is true.
Yeah. But with the Hat Man.
The Hat Man.
The Hat Man has always been here.
Exactly.
So I had a bit of a fun time trying to think of a topic today.
Okay.
I thought of one, but then I was like, no, I want to talk about that with a specific person.
Right.
And then I happened to look at myself in the mirror and I just thought, I need a haircut.
Yeah.
And then I thought, what if we discussed hair?
Haircuts and hair.
No,
yeah.
no.
Just hair.
Just hair.
Hair. Word. Okay.
And then we just, talk
Oh,
and see what happens.
interesting.
Because we never stay on one topic.
No, we don't.
It'll lead
No.
us somewhere.
Hair.
So how do you feel about having hair?
I like having hair.
You like having hair?
I think it's pretty cool. I do have balding genes, but
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what? We'll just embrace it as it comes.
I've got one side of my family is no balding,
Yeah.
and that's my paternal side, and then my maternal side is all the balding. So it's sort of it's a lucky dip.
Yeah. Well, there's this Gene Roddenberry quote where somebody asks him why Jean-Luc Picard in Star Trek Next Gen is bald, and Roddenberry says, "Well, it's the future. No one cares if you're bald." And yeah, I try to live by that. Who cares?
True.
Who cares if you're bald?
The only person that it should matter to is yourself.
Exactly.
As long as you're happy with how you look, it doesn't matter. I'm quite pleased to have hair. When I was 10, I had really long, fluffy, curly hair because this was pre-transition. And I was like, I'm going to do Shave for a Cure and raise a bunch of money. And I raised, I think it was $200 or something, which for a 10-year-old was pretty cool.
That's a lot of money when you're 10.
And then it got to the point where I had to shave my head, and I was like, but I don't want to. And I didn't shave my head, but I still raised all this money for charity.
Yeah.
But I for the first while after that, I was like, oh my God, everyone knows that I did the thing and then I didn't shave my head.
I donated my hair to cancer. I didn't completely shave it off, but I donated I want to say maybe 60 centimeters of hair. Wow. So yeah, it was quite long. And the wig charity that I donated it to at the time was specifically looking for really, really long hair.
Oh, nice.
For little girls with cancer who really wanted a long, long wig.
Because how long ago would that have been?
Oh, that was in 2017 that I cut off all that hair.
Because I was going to say, you've got quite long hair now.
Yeah, I'm trying to grow it back down to waist length, which is where I had it at before I cut it off and donated to the kitties.
God. But you've got straight hair.
Yeah. And I have 3 strands of hair total. It's very fine.
It took me a second to understand what you were saying. Just auditory, not functioning. But, because I have very curly hair, and I used to be obsessed with growing it out. And the longest I ever got it was probably about mid-back, because it curls and it just doesn't bloody grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then your hair gets to a certain point of length and you start finding hairs in your butt crack, which is...
Oh, it was never long enough for that.
I had that. And once I start finding hairs in the butt crack again, that's when when I know it's too long and we'll trim it up a little bit.
I was going to say, is that when you know you're happy with it?
Yeah, that's when I know we're at the perfect length. And we'll just trim it a little bit so it's not getting into my pants.
Well, I mean, there's other kinds of hair. That's a commonly... discussed thing with transitioning. It's the butt hair.
The butt. Oh God, not the butt hair.
Specifically the butt hair. Everyone freaks out over the butt hair.
And it's dude, men just have hairy asses. Yeah. I don't know what you were expecting.
Yeah. Do people not know that people have body hair?
Yeah.
Is that... I get that it's butt hair and it sort of needs a bit more maintenance than maybe the hair on your head. But
I mean, when you're expecting hair on your face and it all comes in on your butt first, it's a little disappointing.
Yeah, I can see how that would be disheartening. But hair everywhere.
Yeah.
And do you I don't know about other people, but I did a lot of research before I started testosterone.
Yeah.
Like, I knew.
Oh,
I
yeah.
knew what to expect because I researched it. I mean, obviously there are things I didn't catch.
Yeah.
I expected the butt hair.
Oh, yeah. Like, I've got really long shoulder hairs. Like, I only have, like,
really?
3 hairs
Like on your
each
shoulder
shoulder.
blades?
Like, on the caps of my
yeah.
shoulders. But there's, like, 3 on each shoulder, but they're really long. They're, like, these 5-centimeter long
Do you love
hairs.
them? Do you treasure them?
I don't know.
You don't
It kind
know.
of freaked me out. Like, why is my shoulder hair so long?
You should dye them.
Maybe when there's enough that it would be visible. It could be a look.
Put extensions on them. That can be your next drag look. What was I think it was like season 3 of Drag Race. They did the hair runway, the hair ball.
Oh, vaguely remembering it.
I don't know. I just remember Jada Sophia's look. I did not like it. Contrary to popular opinion, I didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
It was like a scorpion wig. So like the braid was coming out the crown of the head and then curling over the front, or something to that effect. And I just didn't enjoy it. I didn't like the way it bounced when she walked.
It seems like a very nitpicky thing to not like about the wig.
I mean, I disliked the whole thing. But like, she's not listening to this.
Oh my God. Imagine listening to some dinky little podcast from the butt end of the world, and suddenly these random drag queens are trash talking you, and your look that you did.
That's how
over
beef
a decade
starts.
ago.
We need to not like speak that into the
I need
universe.
to start having beef with other drag performers. I think it's time for me to start a feud with somebody.
Just for the clout.
Yeah, just for the meme.
Because you've got like fake beef.
I've got fake beef with Noah Lot, which is
fake or not fake, depending on who you ask.
Yeah, exactly. But like we'll have little back and forths on like Blue Sky sometimes of just accusing.
You're on Blue Sky?
I'm on Blue Sky.
I'm on Blue Sky.
Oh my God. But yeah, like Noah Lot and I will have these back and forths like on Blue Sky, just accusing each other of the most crazy things. Like,
I need to find you.
Because we'll just like stretch little truths that have happened between us. Like she gave me a bunch of eyeshadow palettes, and then she'll be like, she stole all my eyeshadow palettes. You know, so like we just take little truths and then build
drag
them into...
is all about hyperbole.
Exactly. Yeah.
That is drag. It's exaggerating the reality of things.
She stole my money and never paid me back. I don't like her. She smells bad. She tried to give me mold poisoning.
Mold poisoning?
Yeah, she tried to give me mold poisoning.
Explain what that is.
Like mold toxicity.
Right.
From like mold spores. Because one of the
What kind of mold?
Oh, I'm not sure, but one of the eyeshadow palettes she gave me had mold on it. Oh. So that's where that one comes from.
Just don't put it on your face then.
I mean, I got rid of the trays that were moldy, but I kept the ones that weren't moldy. Is that the best hygienic practice? Probably not. Don't ask me to do your makeup
because once you see mold, it's too late.
Yeah. That's why I just took out the entire pans that had any mold on them.
But that also means that if you don't see mold, there could still be mycelium in it.
Yeah, you know, I can get down with the mycelium.
The mycelium.
Mycelium. If she's your girl, why is she talking to me through the mycelium networks?
I don't know.
Exactly. Because she's my girl now. Yeah, mycelium's kind of like hair. Going back to our original topic. You know, it's very fine and strand-like.
Good segue.
Because, well, we're talking about hair, and my thought was like wigs, because we do drag.
Oh, you know what? That didn't even occur to me.
Well, it's plastic hair, not real hair. We're not that rich yet, unfortunately.
I keep thinking that you have a human hair unit, but I know you don't. But I keep thinking that
Deliria has the human hair unit.
Deliria, she only just got that though, right?
She's got 2 now. She's got the silver one and the black one.
Oh, the black one's human?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The, like, straight black one. That was, like, her first
And
wig.
she did the Halloween look in it.
No, I think that was a different black wig. I'm not sure. Alexis Stone borrowed it the last time she came down for her show.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous wig. I wish I could pull off black, but it just...
Yeah. I mean, you gotta, like, balance it out throughout the rest of the outfit. Either, like, the whole outfit's gotta be pretty intensely black, or the black wig's, like, the pop to your look.
True. I don't know. I'm still very green. Very learning.
Green. Give me green.
I like green. I got a green wig It's like black at the roots and then goes green.
I love a rooted wig as well. And then when you clean the lace, you can clean it from the inside and not worry about the makeup staining the fibers if they're already dark.
I sort of clean pretty much all my lace from the inside and then just do like a quick once over.
Yeah, but apparently you should be cleaning it like from the outside so that you're not getting.
But the glue's on the inside.
Exactly, which is what gets me because sometimes your spirit comes under that hairline.
If I clean it from the outside, it's not getting the glue off.
Yeah.
So I'd have to do it from both ends.
Yeah.
Why not just do it from one side and then just have a quick tidy up on the other?
So you don't stain your fibers if you've got a light-colored wig.
Oh, I don't wear light colours. A friend of mine, I think Deliria must have posted a photo of me at some point, but she saw it on Instagram and was like, "What wig are you wearing?" And I'm like, I don't know, what photo were you looking at? And she was like, "Oh, I don't know," but it was like it had this, and she described the style. It was like the one with the fringe and the bump.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Is it like white or pink?" And I was like, "No, it's purple." And she was like, "Oh, the photo was in black and white."
Yeah.
I don't remember where I was going with this, but I thought it was funny.
That's interesting. Yeah.
She was just trying to even though it was black and white, she was so sure that it was one specific color, and I was like, "No, girl. It's purple."
It's purple? Well, no, isn't that the bi-colored wig that you have?
Yeah,
so,
but
so it's got pink on it.
It's got pink streaks in it.
Yeah, it's got pink at the front, purple. And then it's purple, and then it's blue in the back.
Yeah, but she only, because she liked the outfit I was wearing in the photo. So she was like, "What show was this?" And I was like, "I don't know. What was I wearing?" And she's like, "I don't know what you were wearing, really, but but this was the wig you had on." And it's like, right, but I'm poor and have reused wigs many a time.
I mean, you should ideally just be reusing your wigs,
Yeah.
Like, who was out here buying a wig to wear once?
Deliria. I'm kidding. Kerosene.
Kerosene has like 2 wigs, and I've styled both of them.
Yeah. Because she has the Judith Collins wig.
I did the Judith
and she has the
wig.
red one.
I did the red wig.
Does she have any other
She
ones?
has a blonde one that's still in its shake and go state.
Oh, is that the one that she performed last year at Eric's?
Yeah, I think so. I think she's wearing it at Pearl Diver when we did it there as well. It's like her promo photo wig.
Yeah, like the one that all the
flat
of her.
Yeah, like the flat blonde wig. Yeah.
I don't remember it being flat.
Oh, then she's got the ponytail wig as well. Because there's the ponytail wig that I did. So that was the 3rd wig for her that I've done. And then she's got...
I don't think I've seen her in a ponytail.
The Gwen Stefani wig.
Oh, right.
Yeah. She's got the Gwen Stefani wig.
That's 4 wigs.
Yeah.
But she only really wears 2.
She only really wears 2, and I've styled 3 of the 4.
I've done... How many wigs do I have? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 5 wigs. One of them I don't really wear because the color isn't what I wanted. So it's like it was supposed to be like rooted again, but with like a sort of like honey.
Oh yeah,
honey brown ends. But it was more of like a greenish brown.
Oh,
which I didn't enjoy. So I wore it once, and I sort of haven't worn it since. I've been meaning to. I really need to brush that out. It's gotten a bit messy when it has lived in a box for.
I think I have
months.
At least 10 wigs. At least.
Do you wear all of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have like the mohawk wig. I have a pink and blue one. I've got a silver one.
What's your mohawk wig? I know that you.
That was the black one that I wore for Halloween.
I don't know if I saw you.
I don't know if you came
because I pulled out of the.
But it's on the
Halloween
Goth
show.
Night posters right now.
I mean, I thought of that when
Yeah.
you said a mohawk because I vaguely remembered it, but I wasn't really looking at your hair in that photo. To be honest,
I've got. Oh, I got a white wig and a red wig for my first Halloween. Then there was, I think, another one. Then I bought 3 for the first Pride Month I did.
Rich.
And like a couple more. Well, it's not that I'm rich. It's just that my brother sends me money a couple times a year for like birthdays and Christmas.
Oh, nice.
And then I just immediately spend it on wigs or whatever drag
Immediately
thing
spend it all.
needs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever drag thing needs to be purchased.
Yeah. I mean, hey, drag is a good investment to make because you earn money back from
it. And I source a lot of my wigs quite cheaply, like a $60 wig.
And then you style them all, so you end up spending, like $30?
Yeah, like I save the styling costs because I do that myself. And styling can be very expensive as well.
Yeah. But, like, if you're just doing it to yourself, the only, like,
it's just
physical
labor
cost
and
is
hairspray.
Yeah. Which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's pretty awesome for you.
And then other people will ask me to do their wigs, and they give me a little bit of money. And I'm like, ooh.
Do they give you enough money?
Well, I mean, because I still see myself in the perspective of still learning a lot about wigs.
Right, yes.
So I do leave things open to koha, but I've also recently instated like a minimum of like $80.
Because you were talking to me a while ago about someone asking you to do a wig. I don't remember. I remember we were driving down the one-way and we were talking about it.
I've got so many requests. For people well, like people will ask me like, oh, do you do a wig? And I'll be like, yeah. And then they'll be like, okay, I'm going to save my money and get back to you.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm exactly the same. I'll completely forget that I've been like inquired about something.
You should chase them up.
Hey, you gotta buy that.
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
About your wig's extended warranty.
I like styling wigs. I find it fun. I just need a better way to do it.
What do you mean by better way to do it?
So my wig head that I have, it's one of the ones that clamps onto a table.
Yeah.
I don't really have a good place to put it, to clamp it on. I would much prefer a tripod like you have.
Well,
I feel like that would be a lot easier.
My tripod is just from my ring lights. And I don't
have a tripod, period.
Yeah. I just shove the head of it into the bottom of my wig thing. But it's not like a proper stand for the wig head.
Oh, is your wig head an actual wig head, or is it just duct tape and stuffing?
No, so I do have a proper, like, cork wig head.
Right.
You're thinking of my mannequin that's made out of duct tape and stuffing.
Yeah. Because I've got, like, a cotton stuffed one.
Oh, interesting.
It was, like, $15 off Temu. Like, but hey, it works.
Oh, probably.
Lead.
Cadmium.
I mean, can't be any worse than Third World War.
Don't jinx it.
It's already happening. I've been saying this for a long time, and I'll say it again. It's the end of the world.
Yeah, it's definitely coming up on the fall of capitalism as we understand it. I don't think that capitalism is going to last much longer in its current state because, like, the exponential growth cannot go forever.
I hope it doesn't.
It won't, though. Like, we will live to see the fall of capitalism in our lifetime.
Like, by the time we're old and wrinkly and need to be put in rest homes, the world is not going to look the same in even a little bit.
Like, yeah, we're about to go through a huge period of change, like, globally.
And change can be scary. What sort of changes do you hope to see?
You know, I'm hoping once we get through this Third World War, we'll get our period of socialism afterwards that we've had after the other world wars, where all the governments are like, here's housing, here's some money to run a store, here's some public transit, here's this and that.
Or, they abolish money entirely and go back to trading.
I mean, yeah, like under communism, we wouldn't have currency.
Yeah.
They don't have currency in Star Trek.
I mean, what is the point of currency other than a means to get something that you want?
Yeah, it's a fungible token, essentially.
So if we just had all the things we needed, and then maybe currency could be like a secondary thing so you can get wants that aren't needs,
exactly.
You know? Like you work to get things that you want, but everything you need is provided.
Oh, yeah.
That's sort of like the utopia I want to see.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much just the bare minimum.
Yeah.
That's my utopia.
Socialists will be like, I just want everyone's basic needs met.
Yeah,
and
literally.
then be called a radical.
Yeah. I saw this Facebook post a while ago and it was funny, but I don't remember it and I can't describe it. But it was talking about like, oh, what radicalized you? I remember it now.
Yeah.
It was like, what radicalized you? And then the person was like, in kindergarten at 6 years old when they told me treat others the way you want to be treated.
Yeah, took that seriously and it seems no one else did.
Yeah. It's like, at what age do people just stop caring about other people? I don't get it.
I don't know, yeah. I think one of the things that radicalized me was when I was like maybe 7 or 8 years old and my dad's trying to explain to me just how much money Bill Gates has, because this was still back when Bill Gates was the richest man in the world.
Right. And is it Musk now?
It's Musk now, yeah. But my dad's trying to explain to me, like, oh, if Bill Gates dropped $10,000, he wouldn't have to bend over and pick it up because he just made another $10,000 in the time it took the money to hit the floor. And I'm like, okay, so if he has all of these jet planes full of money, in theory, why isn't he ending world hunger or like fixing things if he has all this money?
Because if he ends world hunger, he can't buy another jet.
If he has all this money, why isn't he fixing things? And Dad would be like, oh, well, he has like his charity, whatever. And it's like, well,
what's that charity doing?
Like, why does he need all of this money? He obviously doesn't need all of this money. Why isn't he using it to fix things? You know, and like even still, I know that this money's like in stocks and like that, but it's like, why? I feel like they could at least do something with the money that is fluid and usable. That's not in stocks.
Because a lot of it has to be fluid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's in their offshore accounts.
Yeah. In the Guantanamo Bay accounts.
No, that's where they send people to prison.
Yeah, that's what they're sitting. There was a reference to that.
Oh, you're saying the billionaires would go to Guantanamo Bay?
Yeah.
I think they should give Guantanamo Bay back to Cuba. That's like, it's just so funny that the United States has this little chunk of Cuba for their criminals. Like,
because I don't know much about the history of Guantanamo Bay, but I also do know that it's got a lot of negative stuff attached to it. Maybe Guantanamo Bay can just be the world's little rage room. That's where you send all the nukes.
I'm not clear on the history, but you know, the United States doesn't have.
If you have to bomb somewhere, bomb an empty island that has so much negativity attached to it.
You can't bomb Cuba. Like Guantanamo Bay is like on the Cuban mainland. It's like this random little chunk of the mainland that.
I've
US
always
owns.
envisioned it as an island.
No, it's on the island, on Cuba's main island, but it's not like its own separate island.
Right.
Like, it's attached to the Cuban mainland, but it's got like a border.
How did they get away with so much stuff in the middle of a country?
Because it's like on the coastline, right? Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
And, you know, the U.S. just doesn't have a great history of like treating Cuba properly. You know, the sanctions have gone on for however many decades.
The Cubans didn't do anything?
War. Cubans can't actually do much because of the the Cubans have just been chilling. Oh, their thing that they did, they were friends with the Soviets. That's it. They were friends with Russia.
That's why you know anything about them.
And they were communists, so of course
that's why you know anything about them.
The United States had to do a little coup and all that. Oh, but they failed. They failed to assassinate Castro multiple times, so...
Remind me who Castro is.
Fidel Castro. He was one of the Cuban revolutionaries alongside Che Guevara. Don't quote me on these accuracies, though. If you're listening listening to this in your car right now, do not go to Wikipedia.
but not while you're driving.
Wikipedia.
Not in your car. Pull over and then go to Wikipedia. But like physically drive to Wikipedia.
I wish you could physically drive to. Well, that's just the library.
I was just thinking. Yeah. I was going to make a joke, and then you got in there.
Yeah, no, it came to me while I was halfway through my first sentence.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
Hair.
Yes. We have 3 minutes to talk about hair.
3 minutes to talk about hair. Hair under capitalism. Let's wrap it up. Let's connect these two things.
Actually, that could be an interesting point of discussion because hair, it's not necessary to live.
Yeah.
But people invest so much money into
there's
it.
gendered aspects to hair.
Yeah.
You know, women are, perhaps sometimes feel like they have to be bleached to the certain color and do this with their hair and be spending all this money. Like, I feel like hair is very
people are sort of waking up to the
Mm-hmm.
how like not deep it is with the 3B movement in America as well. With like I've seen so many videos of women shaving their hair and everything.
Good for them. Yeah,
it's like congratulations on realizing that it's not that deep.
Yeah, and like definitely hair can be used to control other people.
Oh, definitely.
Necessarily like parents controlling their children and their autonomy over their image. Like. Hair's definitely something that can be very politicized. And
definitely.
It's definitely something we could go into an entire episode about. But
why didn't we do that at the start of this episode?
Closing thoughts about...
Some closing thoughts.
To connect our topics today,
Yeah.
I think hair... The politicization of hair.
And they're using hair to soak up oil spills on the ocean.
Yes, they can do that as well.
Because it's more effective than anything else they've found.
Yeah, just hair and fur is great at just sopping up oils.
Yeah.
That's why birds get covered. Man, these birds are covered And oil, if only there was something that could soak up this oil. The birds. We'll just use more birds to clean up the oil.
They'll just roll around together. Birds aren't bathing in dust anymore. They're bathing in more birds.
Birds love to swim in oil.
In my head, I can see this image of this seagull in the UK that had a curry dumped on them and it's bright orange.
He was yellow, yeah.
Bright orange seagull. Yeah. And I think that's where we'll leave it for today.
Incredible.
Curry seagulls
and hair. Under capitalism.
Under capitalism. Well, thank you so much for coming and chatting.
Of course. Thank you for having me on the show again.
I mean, you might become one of my go-tos if I need someone. But I would never be like, you have to come and do this or the whole thing is going to fall apart. I wouldn't do that to you, Mother.
Oh, okay. Good. I hope not. My God.
All right. Well, it was lovely talking.
Bye.
Goodbye. Thanks for listening. Diversity Dispatch is a fortnightly show on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Tune in next time on oar.org.nz or wherever you listen to your podcasts for more queer and diverse content. Over and out.
This podcast was produced by OAR FM Dunedin with support from New Zealand On the Air.